Good afternoon. And welcome back to Isfjell and our last session here at Lawful Stupid RPG. It has been I think we were trying to work out a minute ago how long we'd been running Isfjell, and it's since September, but I can't count months. And I'm not sure what month it is right now. But some time. Yes, this is our 23rd session here, so it's been a while. It's been a blast, and even before that, I've been part of been streaming on Lawful Stupid for over a year now, because I was part of a previous campaign. So it has been a good time, but we are moving, and there will be no Isfjell next week. And the week after that, we'll be picking up again on McStabber's studio. If someone drops a link or an indication of how to spell that, it's not me, it's someone who can actually spell, that would be brilliant.
I will do that as soon as I'm not waiting for your keyword to switch to the trailer, because otherwise I will miss it.
Okay. Multitasking. Yes, but 16th of May we'll be picking up over there. Do we have any other announcements? I believe we, Tam?
I guess we do. Black Death is returning on Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, which I need to tell my tale. No, never mind. I bored everybody with my Cinco de Mayo tale on the Black Death chat. Anyway, we'll be back Tuesday night, picking up where we left off. Estrid has vanished, and they just finished a fight with some big evil dogs, and the bad guy has stolen the one thing that they were supposed to keep their hands on to save the entire universe. So we're screwed. Also, tomorrow, I believe it is at 6 p.m. Eastern, McStabber Studios will be streaming their Vampire the Masquerade game, DC by Night. And also on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, they do vignettes. Little 1 hour scenes from that as well.
They're really cool. And do we have anything else? Bova? Any news from over at Concentration Check?
Nothing at Concentration Check, but my lovely wife is doing Party Foul tonight over on Mindari's channel. So definitely check that out. It's a lot of fun. Starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is Mindari's channel. Mendarii. I think?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. And whilst I try and extend my recap of what happened last week beyond 3 words, I think we'll roll the trailer. Before there was darkness, before there was order, there was chaos. An endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new-formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long-lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. The traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck. And the girl willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Isfjell.
And that was the last time I had 5 Red Bulls.
Oh, stop it.
I told you not to drink them, but do you listen to the sane party member? No.
There you go.
You're not the same party member. I'm
You
sorry,
mean the one with a frost demon for a child?
Well,
I I would like to vote that 5 wrongs make a right. So we're all very sane.
Sadie is why I love her.
Last session, our very sane and sensible party met some evil water. Kressara used her recently acquired staff to command some of the evil water to obey her. Briefly. But for a while she had some little water pets. Aldous, whose player is sadly absent this week, but Aldous took a dive down a well to retrieve a body and appease the local water spirit. And then the party went to seek out the nice little old lady who had quite innocently thrown bodies down a well. And in a great and shocking twist that absolutely nobody saw coming, it turned out she was a hag. And her house came alive and tried to kill people, but sadly, for her at least, she lost her head. And this, after a few shenanigans involving mimic chests, talking dwarf heads, and eyeballs, the party headed back to town, were rewarded for their deeds in saving Bonebrook with a small amount of money, a slightly larger amount of wine, and a delightful evening. And we'll leave it at that. As Kressara and Fiven got to know each other a little better, while Adair attempted to spy on them using a rat. And they also showed Fiven their flying boat, and he was most impressed by it, and may or may not have mentioned it in his report, in his monthly report. Who knows?
He knows better.
But with their tasks in Bonebrook complete, the party set sail back to Tiathnara. They have about a week until the full moon and the ceremony that is due to resurrect Eira. So, as the boat flies back towards the Druid Grove in all its butterfly-fluttering loveliness, the players, what would you like to do?
So we're currently flying back, you said?
Oh, we can pick up when you're flying back or when you land. It depends on, well, depends on what tasks you have in mind.
Okay. I was just worried we were going to get attacked by another dragon or something.
Not yet.
We're still flying. It's like, oh no. There's only one reason for that.
No. Not yet.
Well, that was quite the adventure, wasn't it?
Most definitely.
I think we should bring this head back to its home. Give it a proper resting place.
It would be the respect.
I just hope this bag holds it without it smelling too much.
Perhaps you put the bag over in the corner just in case.
You don't think that's wise? What?
Well, just stand downwind of me.
Well, you probably want to do that anyway.
I typically try, but, minimum of 6 feet.
See what you did there.
I may point out, you are all on quite a small boat. Sadly, it's if you all stand 6 feet apart, one of you is going to have to fall off the edge of the boat.
Not it.
But yeah, after about a day's flying, you arrive back at the Druid's Grove, and you land back down in this beautiful blossom-filled trees, walkways strung between them, with bird song and that ever-present slight harp music that you're not quite ever sure where it's coming from. Distance. This time there's a lot less surprise as you land. They aware you're coming, but you're welcomed back by the same elven child. Greetings.
Good to see you again.
The Archdruidess told me to tell you that you're most welcome to stay here. You either rest on your boat or seek accommodations in our guest quarters. And if there's anything you wish for or anyone you wish to speak to, if you just ask and we will attempt to provide.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Our home is your home.
Thank you kindly. You can go now.
Oh, great. And the child scurries off.
I don't think he's used to that.
Probably not used to visitors in general, but that's all right. It's just a child.
So, now what?
Well, we should probably report our success.
Agreed. And at least let them know it was taken care of. How many things did you sign us up for, exactly?
Well, we didn't get a number per se, but we'll figure it out.
Just
it's worth
enough,
it, right?
Just enough to cover a few thousand gold pieces. 10, 20,000, wasn't that about it, Torvald?
The numbers are fuzzy, but we'll get it done.
Mm.
So you're seeking out Fenelon, who was the dwarven druid who you promised to essentially clear her to-do list in exchange for a very expensive diamond that you need to get Eira back. So who is going to talk to Fenelon this time? Are we having a who's team negotiation?
I think the negotiation went so well last time. I mean, what harm could possibly come from having the same person make this negotiation this time?
Mm.
I mean, Torvald's going. If someone else wants to go, they can.
I will follow along.
Good.
Kressara and Una? Oh. Are you staying behind?
Yeah, Una's not the best charismatic presence, so she'll stay behind.
Kressara's gonna tag along just for nothing better to do than to just tag along.
Okay. So, the three of you find Fenelon after some searching around, and great, brilliant. I heard you come back.
We accomplished the task that you sent us to do. Although we realized we should have asked more questions.
Well, I didn't really have much more of information, if I'm being honest. Right, well, that's item number 1 off the list. There's just a few other ones here. I wrote them down for you.
Why don't we do the most difficult ones for you, and you can find some other people to do the easy ones, like killing rats and such.
I dealt with the rats while you were gone.
Ah, good to hear.
But look, you agreed. A deal's a deal. There's no take backsies. Look.
Are you saying we shouldn't haggle about this?
You're a very strange dwarf. You know that, right?
What are you saying?
God.
I've never heard a dwarf say no takesies backsies before.
Well, you never been to Winterfell before?
I have not.
Well, look, there's dwarves everywhere. We don't all sound the same.
Well, that's clear to me now. Nothing wrong with it. Just saying.
Here, look. I took off some of the irrelevant ones. This should be... and as I said, if you don't get it done, if you nominate your heirs of who inherits the list, then that'll be fine. And she hands over this list of paper towards you. This piece of paper with a list of various tasks written on it. I have shared it in the Discord for you.
Oh, jeez.
If you'd like to...
actual list.
If you'd like to read it out, you can, or I can read it out for you.
I'm just picturing Tiss, like, with a cup of tea and a whiteboard and like...
No. This is House. House is responsible for a good percentage of these, and I didn't even get to some of his
Oh, God.
This is
better ones because they came...
This is
House is in
insane.
so much trouble. I told him to shut up.
Uh,
I want to steal the goat.
Mend my boots. What?
I want to steal. We should steal the goat.
You know, I would recommend instead of the blue daffodil, we could probably find you a shrubbery.
Oh yes, we'll bring you a shrubbery.
I have a shrubbery. I live in a forest. Although there is a tall tree, and I do have a mackerel. Or is it a herring? I always get my fish confused.
One of these is for chorus. That's so far away.
Yeah, so for the sake of anyone watching,
You know,
what you do with
the
it.
list
This is insane.
You know,
The list
Torvald,
is-
we do have another diamond we might be able to sacrifice to bring Ira back.
Why didn't you say this before?
He turns
Are you
and looks
sure
at
about
Uno.
that?
Why are we looking at Uno? What have you got?
You didn't bring Uno with you.
No, Uno sit back.
He's not
Oh,
Very-
darn. I'm still
Oh.
looking at Uno, way back where she is.
I'll be like, yes.
Milk a chimera.
I like
Torvald's
the last.
task.
I like the last one the most. Is have tea with the undying emperor.
Lay the ghost queen to rest.
You're not
That sounds
entirely sure what
dangerous.
tea is.
Yeah.
We don't know what tea is?
What? They don't have tea in
I'm
Isfjell?
joking.
Okay, I was about to say it's sweet tea they don't have.
It's a weak version of coffee.
Collect part of a gelatinous cube.
Oh,
Nah.
God.
Yeah, so for the sake of
Which part?
the list is
At least
As
it's not dirty
follows.
work.
fix whatever is going on in Bonebrook, mend my boots, pick a blue daffodil, drop 3 stones in the river mall, deliver a red crystal enclosed to Rosalind Verne of River Mortar to keep it safe, find my grandfather's axe lost in the depths of Kazgazan, pass an apology to Anari of Chorus for forgetting her birthday. She won't answer my sending spells. Take up these gloves enclosed to my cousin Boffis and Copperton. Steal from the goats and the giants. I don't care what you do with it. Steal a goblet from the Goblin King. Slay the Hydra of Drathvi. Capture a Hound of Hell. Mocha Chimera. Kill Venly Silverath. Collect part of a gelatinous cube. Destroy the idol in the Great Temple of Tansheed. Lay the Ghost Queen to rest. Take water to the heart of the Mother of Fire. And have tea with the Undying Emperor.
Is there a reason you haven't retrieved your grandfather's axe yet?
It's a long way away.
Do any of these take us back to Bonebrook?
It's... Not really. No, why would you want to go back to Bonebrook?
Well, you see, we figured out why they called it Bonebrook. And it has nothing to do with skeletons.
I thought it was because there was an
Not at
ancient
all.
battle that took place there.
Not that
There
either.
was a battle.
There was screaming and yelling. A little bit of grunting and groaning.
Aye.
Mm.
Are you sure you went to the right town?
Well, we killed a witch
Quite
hag
sure.
in her house, and I'm pretty sure the water was attacking people. pretty sure we went to the right place and did the right thing.
We definitely did the right thing.
Well, that's good. That's one item you can cross off. And look, you've got long lives ahead of you. You should be easily able to handle the rest. Most of them are perfectly simple.
How far away are these lost depths of Kazgazan?
I mean, bear with me 1 minute. Do we need to look at a map here?
Well, if you think it'll help.
Do you know of the ancient dwarven homeland in the west?
Aye. He doesn't.
Well,
He's just...
Well,
Of course
there.
I do.
If you go past the edge of the forest, past over the fenlands, carry on past Ulruga, then in the mountains more underneath the mountains you'll find the ancient dwarven ruins. It's only a few hundred miles away. Look, it's a long way for me to go, but for you, it's just a jaunt.
Do we have any idea how long it would take us to fly there and back?
Fly there and back. Let me just get out my rough estimation. About 9 days
Oh, that's too long.
to get there.
Fenelon.
So if you flew non-stop, you could get there and back in probably about 10 days.
Fenelon. We cannot wait that
Yes.
long for our
Let me see your
friend
boots.
for our friend to be
I wasn't
returned.
suggesting you do them now. This is a debt. We return your friend, and then you can finish off my task. I didn't think you had to do them before we resurrected your friend. That would be ridiculous. Have you seen some of the things on this list? There's a reason I've not done them all.
Well, who's this Vilni Servaneth?
Oh, you'll figure it out. She's an elf. I mean, look, I don't know where she is right now, which is why I haven't killed her. If you do find her, please kill her.
All right, we'll keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm.
We can take the gloves to Copperton.
See, oh yeah, hang on. Here are the gloves. Here is the redstone. You
What do
sorted
you do with this?
that.
Aye.
You give that to Rosalind Verne in Rivermore.
You're not using it to make torches or anything, are you?
Make what?
Torches with the redstone.
No.
Just making sure.
Look, it's not all about mining.
Well then, how far is Copperton from here?
Oh, a few hundred miles.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it on the map.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm like,
As I said, I'm not suggesting you do any of them, like,
It's
tomorrow.
towards Bonebrook, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
opposite direction.
Oh, it's only
Oh, no, it's-
665 miles away. That's all.
Look, you all look a bit shattered. I mean, no offense, but I mean, like, you smell of swamp.
That's not all we smell of.
And beer.
I couldn't not.
Speak for yourself.
Get some rest.
Oh, good.
Enjoy. Relax. What was your name, girl? Aldous. You learned some rituals or whatever it was you were interested in before. You know? Oh, but you can do my boots first, yeah. And she reaches down and starts pulling off her boots. You can get on with those though first.
All right. I'll grab the boots.
Is there anything actually wrong with the boots?
Yeah, looking a bit frayed. There's a slight hole in the sole of one of them.
I'll just start casting mending.
So yeah, I knew you were the right person for the task there.
You just see he's holding in his hands, and you just see these like the lightning just spark across it, and it just like goes across the hole and just starts stitching it together.
Sorted. I mean, if I'd known you could do that, I have got a few other things that need mending.
I mean, this is a little below my pay grade.
If you would like to take something else off the list for something to be mended, that would be fine.
Honest, you're haggling over the life of your friend.
Well, you've already said you'd help us save her.
I did. And you already said she was very important to you, and yet you're too proud to mend a few boots, pick a few daffodils,
Well,
kill a few elves.
Actually, your boots have been mended. We've solved one of the problems for you, but our friend still lies dead.
I told you, we're waiting for
How
the
do
full
we
moon. Like, come on, you know how... You're a druid. This is not the kind of thing you just want to play around with on a random day. You told us that her brain was eaten. Like, if we don't do this properly, you might get her back, you know, with half a brain, no brain. I mean, we can rush this if you want.
Would half a brain be much different from where we
We
started?
wouldn't want her coming back like Kressara, that's for sure. So
Yeah, that's a good
Let's
point.
do this
What,
right.
her
That's a good
coming
point.
back like what?
with half a brain.
Like what?
With half a brain. You heard me.
She can't understand you. She only has half a brain.
You little
All right.
Kressara will punch him in the shoulder. Not hard. You know, jokingly, but she still does it. Jerk.
Well, in that case, I'm going to try to do some crafting. I'll take out my hammer and see what I can do for us. It seems like we've got a lot of work to do.
I hope it turns out better than your ale.
That's a fair point. By the way, can I have that dragon hide you've been holding on to?
Dragon. Why do you want the dragon hide?
Just trust me.
Well, I suppose I'll allow you to have it. I still haven't forgiven you for lying.
For lying about what? For lying and trying to keep you safe? You can't fault me for that.
You could have at least told me. We could have discussed it and done something, rather than just leave her there.
When was the last time you discussed something? I didn't just run off and do it.
There was that one time regarding the raid. Well, there was one time. All right, fine, never.
That's what I thought.
That's my daughter you're talking about. Why can't you trust me on this?
Well, because she tried to lie to us and froze everything, killed some people.
The freezing was an accident. She can't control it.
You know that's because...
If we can break the curse, she'll be free.
I'll go then, shall I?
I thank you for your time. It's lovely seeing you as always.
Don't bring us any more lists. Fine, here's the hide. Just I'm going to get her back.
I understand you'll keep trying.
It would be
And I'll
nice
keep you safe.
if my friends would help me.
We're helping you. You're just not realizing it.
You know how you feel with your girlfriend over there dead? It's a simple
Are you
question.
really bringing Eira into this right now?
Yes, because you love her.
Who said that?
I can tell by looking at your face. And the fact that we have a 30,000 year list that my granddaughter's son's cousin's brother is still going to have to work on. That you're willing to do that to save her. How do you think I feel about Olwen? My powers changed.
Well, I'll consider it.
Thank you.
But it's not going to be easy to convince me after everything that's happened.
I understand. Just try, that's all I'm asking.
All right.
Your ale isn't that terrible when you don't screw it up. And she'll throw the hide at him.
And you've got a full brain, of course. But you do smell. You should probably take a bath.
This is not party foul. I'm not going there, but
That was last session.
Gonna have a nice clean game, guys.
Fine, but if we need to go back to Bonebrook for any reason at all, I'll be glad to go.
I understand that. You don't need to tell us multiple times within a few minutes.
It's a very lovely town.
Aye, lovely. Sinking into a swamp. The nicest town I've ever been in.
Right.
You can't even say it with a straight face.
All right, the town is shit, okay? I don't know what else you want from me. It's sinking into the swamp and it had murder water.
I know where you're coming from, but I'm gonna go now and start working. Stay safe, please.
I won't do anything stupid without telling you I'm gonna do it.
I guess that's the best I can ask for.
That's all you're getting.
Okay. So Torvald has plans to sort of spend some of the next few days working on some crafting and things. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So
I'm going to make some crafts.
Yes, Torvald.
Update my Pinterest.
What would you like to make?
Can I keep it a secret? You already know.
Okay, just confirm it to me in the chat what you want to make, and I will just and whilst he is off being super sneaky and crafting stuff.
That's concerning.
What would the rest of you like to do whilst Torvald has snuck off to do
I'm gonna go take a bath.
I mean, you've got a few days here. Think you can think a bit bigger than a bath if you want. Or have a really
I don't know,
long
she
bath.
might need a few days.
After last episode, I might need a few days.
You're always supposed to take a shower right after.
Forever.
Well, the rat didn't see everything.
Aldous was wanting to take a look at the gateway between the Fey realm and also study with some of the druids, so I think Adair would accompany her on that. Number one, to make sure she doesn't accidentally kill anybody.
Okay. And last but not least, Uno. Stuck in a druid grove of happy, smiley people with these bunch of misfits. What would Uno like to do?
So Aldous is staying. Aldous went with them, so I've been alone on the boat. Yeah, I guess I'll hop down So there's this grotto, basically, right? Is there anything else around you?
You're essentially, it is this in the middle of the forest. You've seen part of it appears to be a settlement. You've seen a lot of it is up in the trees. You've not been shown around the full extent of it. You got led to meet with their leader when you were there before. And you were in this and you've got your boat in this, I think it was in a pool sort of towards the center. You've not sort of explored the fullness of this grove.
Yeah, she'll probably just wander then.
Okay. Do a little wondering. So, we'll start with Adair and my very terrible Aldous impression. I extend my deepest apologies to Aldous' actual player. As you, let's say it's the next day or at some point during this time, you go to have a look at the gate itself. And it takes a bit of finding because the druids are a little bit cagey about, you know, the actual location of this gate. If you mention to any of them, they're kind of like, oh, of course, we will allow you to see the gate in due course, in the right time, at the right moment. And then swiftly wander off. So it depends. Are you just being persistent here? What is your gaining access to the gate tactic?
First off, they were saying there's an audio problem. Does my audio sound okay to you?
Sounds fine to us.
Yes.
It sounds fine to me.
So if somebody on the stream will let me know, I'm going to assume it's good.
Alrighty.
I will go for a few times asking to see it and let them kind of do this. But like the third or fourth time that somebody says, oh, we'll get it to you in due time, before they leave, I'm going to look at all this and go, I honestly don't think they know where the gateway is.
How would you just lose a fey gateway?
Well, they are the hippie druid sect, and they do some of the plants that grow around here, so they may have literally forgotten where it is.
But what about the archdruidess? She'd know, right?
I would assume so. We can
Well,
always go ask. I still don't quite understand why you're so anxious to look at this, Aldous, but I'll pursue it as long as you want to.
I'm just interested. If we do have to go, if we do decide to go to rescue Olwen, this might be a good way to get there. It doesn't involve waiting around for a horse or trying to find them. I don't want to do the mirror thing again.
I'd prefer not to do that as well. Well, I guess we'll go see Betula.
Okay, so as the pair of you go to see Betula, you know, in your wanderings around, you've noticed that. Actually, I'd like you to make me a perception check to see if you do notice something.
Okay.
First roll of the.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I just destroyed my entire desk. Okay. Cool. That is a 13.
13.
13.
You notice that wherever you go, you're being followed.
Disgusting. Okay.
Like, there is all times, it's not always the same one, but it's like out of a group of like 3 of the younger druids, there's always someone kind of trailing around behind you, sort of watching. And the rest of you would have, Adair and Torvald definitely would have noticed this as well, that there's always someone watching you.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
You can't ever get privacy around here.
Getting everybody to sing, I just know it.
Every step you take.
All right. There are specifically younger druids?
Yes.
When you say younger, do you mean like kids or just like...
Kids quite a lot of the time. You notice the one that gave you your welcome speech, Eira, but a couple of the other younger, sort of less senior looking ones, kind of like just hovering around, trying to look casual. If you turn around and see them, they're like examining a flower.
Yeah, she'll go ahead and turn around and yes.
I was just talking to this flower.
No, you weren't.
Totally normal. Yes, I was.
You weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
It's a very nice flower.
What kind of flower is it?
A primrose.
That is a nice flower. Are you following me?
No.
Do you
Let's find a blue daffodil.
I'm not following you.
You didn't promise, so you're following me. Do you want something? Do you need something?
No, I'm just...
What if I start following you and Uno's just gonna start walking closer?
The child sort of edges away. Well, I guess
Were we given the request to not have weapons again?
Yes, it was requested. Not commanded, but requested.
Okay, it wasn't commanded though. So Uno has her greatsword on her then.
Look, okay. We're told to keep an eye on you.
All right.
You're outsiders.
Of course.
Not to, and we didn't get, Betula just told us to let us know what you were doing.
Sure. What's the coolest place here?
There's a really cool pond and a log you can dive into it from.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Do you like swimming?
I have never tried.
You don't know how to swim.
I've never done it.
You should probably learn.
Well, let's go.
I
start walking.
I heard in a story that it is the number one killer of adventurers is falling in rivers and lakes and not knowing how to swim.
Yes, that's why I typically chain myself down when I'm on that ship. So, I think do you know how to swim?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Wait.
You can go swimming, but don't go chasing waterfalls, okay?
How many songs can we fit?
Oh,
is that a challenge?
You want to play D&D, or you want?
We just change our category to be Twitch sings instead of D&D.
Yeah. Just look around the table before you say something like that.
Yeah. So, as Uno goes to take some swimming lessons, and I'm trying to think about what the correct check is for how long it's going to take you and how well you can learn to swim. Do you think I should read athletics? So make me an athletics check, I'm going to say. See how long it's going to take you to pick up some swimming skills here.
I got to know. With a nat 1, I still have an 8, but it's definitely a nat 1.
You drown. We're gonna skip ahead a few days.
You screaming and shouting, and Tal going, "No, take the armor off first! Take the armor off first!"
I keep my great sword on me at all times.
Aldous definitely gave her the hat before she went in.
Yeah, but with the hat of water breathing, you can start your swimming lessons with slightly less fear of death. Meanwhile, Adair and the rather quiet Aldous go to visit Petula Nana, the archdruidess.
So her name literally is Binana.
Petula.
Well, let's go with the initial. But, yeah.
Yes. That's not what I intended. It was part of my lazy naming druids after trees series, but okay.
Sister Petula, we have a request.
Request? Of course, of course. What can I do for you?
My friend Aldous has requested to see the gateway to the Fey Realm, and has requested it multiple times.
Oh, yes, yes. I'm sure that can be arranged.
I would like for you to arrange it now as a courtesy.
Well, you're so impatient. Really. You see, I would have thought that Harrian would have taught you a little more patience.
Do you know Harrian? Harrian is not a patient person.
Yes, but dealing with Harrian teaches one a great deal of patience.
And it also teaches one that there are points when you have to come forward and say, it's been long enough.
Well, in which case, please, follow me. Though I must warn you, we try to keep people away for genuine reasons. Things tend to go a little odd around the gate.
It's the Fey Realm, I would imagine so. We promise to be on our best behavior.
Yes.
Don't
yes.
we, Aldous?
What? Yes.
Aldous promises not to step through, touch, lick, spindle, fold, or mutilate the gateway in any manner.
Wait. Mutilate the gateway? Never mind. Please. And she leads you down through a path off the grove that you don't really recall noticing before. And you notice as you walk through it, like the trees are literally just drawing apart to create this path. So you winds down between the trees. So you are standing in a very unexceptional looking glade. It doesn't look much different from any of the rest of the Druid Grove. In fact, it looks slightly duller, slightly less interesting. And the only remarkable thing about it in the middle is a very small pond, about sort of 3 meters across. And the surface of this pond is utterly and completely still. It's not a ripple on its surface.
What color is the water?
As you draw closer, you can see that the water is completely reflecting the sky above. You can't see the bottom of the pond. You can just see this perfect reflection of the sky above. And interestingly, not of yourself.
Just Adair or Aldous? I feel I need to clarify that after previous events.
You see, Aldous, there is There is a reflection of Aldous. Again.
Can we kill her reflection?
Yes.
And how
I
about
hadn't forgotten that.
Banana? Is there a reflection of her?
There is a reflection of her as well.
Adair will look into it and go, I see once again I have no evil side.
Yeah. And Petula looks down at the water and looks back at you and looks down at the water. You have no reflection?
I tend to reflect internally.
You have been to the Fae recently?
On 1 or 2 occasions, yes. Why?
Well, the creatures, the Isfjell, they take a little time to reform, to regrow that part of your soul which broke away. If you have entered recently, then it perhaps is still returning to you. But should you not return to the Fae for some time, they will be there when you arrive. It is always wise to be cautious of them, though they are not always malevolent. They can be reasoned with if one has true understanding of oneself.
So you're saying that something has happened to me that I'm not aware of?
You said you've been in the Fae, and I presume you encountered a creature that looked very much like yourself, yes?
No.
Then perhaps one of your companions killed it before you could meet it?
We ran into my companions' selves, but not me. And of course my companions' selves were malevolent and evil, and that's why I say, therefore, I have no evil side.
Then evil is perhaps the wrong word. Unfettered. Not restrained by law or morality or conscience. They can act aggressively, but not all are necessarily evil. Everything of our world that passes into the mirror creates one of those.
And with that, I believe Aldous will begin telling the entire story, just almost Ira-like, spilling the details of everything that happened and being trapped in the closet, the whole thing.
We were in Torvald, and Healer's Slave was missing, and we went to the house, and we found a load of mirrors, and then I went into a cupboard, and then I went through a mirror, and then I found myself, wait, no, I didn't go through a mirror. I went to the cupboard, and then I came out of the mirror. Cupboard. And then we were in this crystal version of that, and then the others walked through mirrors, and then we were attacked by other versions of ourselves, and then there were crystals, and we found Sloane, and we helped Sloane kill evil Sloane, or other Sloane, and then we met Olwen, and then we went back through the mirrors, and then we didn't have reflections in the mirrors, and I think that's everything Adair?
I think that covers the high points, yes. And I'm going to just kind of leave Aldous standing there and take Petula and step away a little bit and talk to her about my dreams that have occurred and why I left the woods in the first place to meet up with this group of highly intellectual, deep thought people.
So you are a dreamer too?
I'm sorry. Did you just... No, I'm Circle of the Moon. I am Harrian's
Yes, but you dream true. Your dreams come true.
I truly hope not, but I guess pieces of it have. And I will
It's
also tell her about the crystal wand.
You see her nodding. I see.
Not where it is, just that we found it.
That's a wand of crystal, broken and scattered across the realms. I thought it's an old myth. It's a myth that seems to have truth in it. Your dreams, they recall to me things that we have seen here. Dreams are, it is a gift you should be proud of, no matter what circle you come from. Sorry about the geese.
We're in Druidsville. There are geese everywhere. Whatever.
There's geese
They're
everywhere.
taking over without the humans outside.
That's Uno drowning.
No, it's just because the aeroplanes have stopped and now you just hear all the geese. But dreams, true dreams are a gift. A gift that we here hold dearly. You should treasure that gift. For to know the future is the most powerful gift of all. If you know what is to come, then you can steer the course of history the way you want it to go. It doesn't take much. Just one touch here, one word in someone's ear, and you can guide things in a better path. But it's also a gift you must use carefully. And especially when dealing with matters of the Fae and with dangerous ancient weapons. I think maybe... Are you sure that you and your companions are the best to wield such a weapon?
No. Frankly, I'm not. And frankly, how do you know the dreams that are real and I mean, whoever gives these dreams gives them in these pieces that don't seem to tie together and they don't make sense. Whoever comes up with these dreams, it's just this odd assortment. And how are you supposed to make use of this information?
Years of study. We here gather all the dreams of all the druids in our circle, and we study them. We think, we reflect on them. I myself still don't understand dreams I had hundreds of years ago. There's some come clearer by the day. Sometimes you only know what a dream meant when the moment you were dreaming of has passed. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's not. And I don't know where they come from. If there's someone behind these dreams, then they are a fickle and irritating power out there.
I agree. It's almost like you're just rolling the dice and they always come up with ones.
Exactly.
Is there someone I could speak to? I'd like to learn more about this myth of this wand. And he kind of leans in and lowers his voice. And honestly, I would like to learn more about understanding these dreams.
Well, you came to precisely the right place. Well, Herion knows a lot about whatever it is actually Herion knows about. Turning into animals. Mostly turning into animals. We here, we understand both dreams and their implications. And eldest child, if you just step away from the pond a bit. Careful. Careful. Look. Come with me. We have so little time, really. In the great scheme of things, as I said, I have studied this matter for hundreds of years. There is little I can impart on you over a course of a few days, but I will do my best. Come, follow me. Child.
Aldous, who are you talking to?
Myself?
Aldous, were you talking to your reflection?
Maybe.
I think it's time for you to come talk to one of the druids about some of those rituals you were interested in, Aldous.
Misala, if you would take Aldous here and take her to the weaving circle, teach her what she can. I believe she was interested in breathing underwater, and well, see what else she can learn. Perhaps some things would be of use to her. Adair, follow me.
Mm-hmm.
So as Adair heads off for druid study sessions, and Torvald is spending the time busily crafting away. There's definitely his druid shadow always watching him. Exchanges through a few.
Torvald would like look over to the druid and say, "Would you like to take a closer look?
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to show you a few things."
Oh yeah. What are you doing with those?
Well, you see, and he'll just kind of explain how the process works and everything, and just teach as much as he can. Be a mentor to the little one.
Okay, and off in the distance you hear screaming and splashing.
Do you know what's going on over there? Sounds a bit chaotic.
I think my friends are attempting to drown your angry friend. I'm not sure.
Angry friend.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, apparently he's teaching her to swim. Yeah. Rather
Does
than
she happen
me.
to be wearing a hat?
Yeah.
All right. Torvald, happy with that. We'll go back to...
She's got the safety hat on.
Ah.
You didn't ask which hat. She could have the rat hat on. You never know.
The water is now full of rats.
Did she have a nice blue ribbon here?
Oh, I forgot to illustrate the picture of the hat with the blue ribbon on. I've been busy. But meanwhile, Kressara, we've not checked on you for a bit. What's Kressara doing with her rest and recuperation time?
Once she gets done with the bath, she is going to look around and see if she can't stock up on some supplies, find some more javelins, since she keeps running out.
There's not really, it's not like a weapons shop or anything here. There's branches, and there's basically, you do some druids around sort of whittling wooden things. Doesn't appear to be a lot of metal crafting or stuff going on. The only crafting of that sort going on in the area is you can hear the occasional, probably the clang of a hammer from where Torvald went. But in terms of supplies, if you're after food and stuff, they will happily provide you with all the food you could want. Don't know what other supplies you're seeking out. But yeah, the closest they'll come to javelins is sharp sticks, which would work.
Yeah, she'll take a couple, but I'll gather some food, anything we might need in the future, like rope or whatever.
We've got some lovely braided vines. It's very good rope. It's
She'll reach out and I'll stretch it and try to break it.
it's solid. It's good stuff. It's one of our specialities. We persuade the trees to we persuade the vines to grow in nice long stretches, and then some of the elder druids can even get them to weave itself into to wrap itself into rope, braid itself. Plants can be very accommodating if you talk to them nicely.
You talk to them?
Oh yes.
She'll look at one of the trees and just, hello?
The tree does not respond.
Okay, it must be asleep. She'll take the rope.
It's you need to have a special connection with the forest.
I try not to burn it down.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. It really does not like getting set on fire.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
You should see what happened to the last person who set fire to a tree around here.
What happened to the last person who set fire to it?
Look up there. You see that?
There?
Yeah, you see that bit of skull and tibia sticking out of that tree up there? Like just in between those two bits of trunk. Yeah.
Ooh. Do not burn down. I will remember that. And she'll just sort of take the rope and walk off. And then I'll just sort of explore and see if I see anything interesting, or she is going to try to covertly find information out about the Fey Gate.
All right. You know what? Make me an investigation check as you go for this. Meanwhile, Uno, apart from your slow progress learning to swim, is there anything you would like to do whilst you are here? Any as the days pass by?
No, she'll just continue to cause problems. Okay.
Okay, so Uno continues to cause problems and gain the attention and perhaps friendship of several of the less well-behaved younger druids who find this new form of entertainment, which mostly, I think, involves trying to push Uno into a pond. Kressara.
15.
You notice that you've not seen Adair around for a while. And neither have you seen Batuda, the Archdruidess. But also what you notice is there's one patch of the forest. Just as you go to a certain tree, sort of the edge of the groves, you notice something very strange happens. Because you walk towards them and sort of perhaps have a look at them. And then when you walk away, you notice that the sun has changed position quite drastically in the sky. So as you go near those trees, time seems to act oddly.
I'm gonna walk up slowly and just sort of poke at the weird patch and just sort of see what happens.
Just poking at it doesn't need to do anything. You can see this like a dense area, sort of dense thicket undergrowth ahead of you. Very tangled, lots of spiky, thorny plants.
She'll take a few more steps. I promised Torvald I wouldn't do anything stupid without telling him. Does this count as stupid? No. No. I'll walk up a little bit more.
And do we
Right.
just do it at the same time? Do we just be like, ah? And you just did that at the same time.
So you make your way through. You can the thorns seem to be sort of almost grabbing at your clothing, snatching hold of it. But ahead of you, you can hear voices, and you hear everyone's voice. So, not everything you see in your dreams is literal. Some things. So the frozen ships you talked about that may have literally been talking about the ships up in the bitter ice, or it may have been a metaphor, or it may refer to another event that's not happened yet. It's easy sometimes to leap to assumptions over what you're seeing. What else was it you said you'd seen there?
Well, I saw the crystal wand shattering.
So a vision of what has been, perhaps.
Or maybe it will happen again.
Maybe.
This makes this seem a bit useless to me if you can't tell if it's something that happened or will happen, and if it's something that's literal or not literal.
I never said it was useful. One should never look upon a gift like this purely in what it means in the terms of immediate use. As I said, it's a long-term process. Look, if you like, you could stay here. I know you're going to say no.
I'm going to say I'll consider it. However, I do owe quite a debt for...
Yes, Vanellan's list.
Yes.
She got quite creative with that.
I believe that our fallen friend is quite valuable to setting things right, and therefore the price is worth it.
I believe you may be right there. Did you... No, nothing. Kressara, so you've reached at the edge of these thorns. You can see Petula and Adair sort of sat on the grass, not far from this pool. Seemingly having a nice, peaceful, calm discussion.
Sitting 6 feet apart like we're supposed to be.
It's very responsible.
Really, my fantasy world. This is a fantasy world. People can
I just didn't want her getting any after the Bonebrook experience. I didn't want her getting any ideas.
Mm-hmm. I'll duck behind a tree and just sort of listen to see if I hear anything while they're talking, but I won't. Yeah. I won't approach.
Yeah, and from the sounds of it, they are discussing dreams and the future.
Our future together, if I stay here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot for you. We could teach you. But I fear your path lies elsewhere. And then she looks up and goes, I'm sorry, Adair. We will have to cut our discussions short. It seems that Herion has returned.
Let
take a deep breath.
Can we keep this discussion between us, please?
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Harrion would not be pleased if he thought I was trying to poach members of his druidic circle.
And I would bear the brunt of it, yes.
And Torvald and Uno, at this point, it has been several days since you arrived back at Tiathnara. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. A good 5 days have passed. You've not seen Kressara for the last couple of days. Aldous is off learning rituals. Who knows where Adair's gone? He disappeared 5 days ago, and just everyone's very evasive if you ask about him. When you hear a commotion at the edge of the grove, and you see one of the larger trees, you see its trunk split apart, and this scramble of people come piling through.
I thought Adair was about to have a brother or sister.
That's how druids reproduce. There's the trees. As this stream of druids comes scrambling out of this tree. Some of them are clearly injured. You can see sort of tattered robes, bloodstains on a couple of them. Some of them are helping other ones along. As this commotion fills the grove as they return.
And we see this happening, right?
Yeah, you and Uno see this happening. And you see amidst them shouting angrily, this gnome, well, you think it's a gnome. It doesn't look quite right for a gnome. I don't actually have I sadly do not have a picture yet. This short, gnome-like creature in sort of layers of these, it's just this sort of bits of furs, beads, various sort of odd assortment of clothing, who is gesticulating wildly and shouting around the other side. Someone to find her. I don't care if she's busy, examining the great wonders of the universe. I want her here now. This is not a matter of mysticism or something. We've got people injured. We've got mess everyone. I've been dealing with their problems, and you there? And he points towards Torvald. Dwarf.
Aye. What's going on here?
Stop standing there. Be useful. Get some water. You, tall woman.
It looks like people are injured. You don't want me to help them.
Well, we'll heal them. We'll heal them. We're druids. That's kind of what we do. Here. And he holds out his hands, and you watch this glowing creature appears in the ground. I'll say I'm not going to go for a badger. Badgers have been played out. As this supposed to be a tortoise appears going, and he goes, all right, everyone, form a line, through the tortoise. Come on, quick. Speed up the pace, no dilly-dallying, through the tortoise. Right, see, healing is taken care of, just keep going around in a circle. There we
gotcha. I was like, I'm picturing a giant tortoise and them entering somewhere.
No, don't ruin anything. Healing spirit.
Okay, that makes.
As
fun fact, I can only heal up to 6 times.
Yeah, it has now been nerfed, so I was actually thinking the same thing.
Yeah, your wisdom modifier +1.
Then we'll better cast another tortoise. It's alright, I'll replace the tortoise.
That's why badgers are better than tortoises. So.
Yes.
And you've seen Adair cast a similar spell before, but his lasted longer before. It seems to have the universe has come down heavily on this spell. It's
It seems you're having trouble lasting a long time. I've got a friend that's pretty good at it. He might be able to teach you. Lasts longer than a minute.
Oh, shut up. I've had a long day. I have no time for dwarves with innuendos. Zip, zip. Right. Someone find me Betula. Or someone who knows where she is.
Who did he ask for?
Betula. Banana.
Oh, okay.
Banana.
Torvald's off fetching water, so he's just like his little short legs.
And Betula is leading Adair back through Kressara. You will see as the branches around you start to twist and move, and this path starts opening up.
I'm gonna be like, oh snap, and oh my god, I'm gonna kill that dog. And just try to like duck out of the way and just get out of the way and just act casual, like I was just walking.
The tortoise ran out, so they recast it as a dog.
Yeah, it's a dog now. He's delegated that to some other druids. Like, come on, keep the spell going. Gotta get everyone here back up to health. And yeah, because Adair, you see the path open up leading back to the grove with a nonchalant Kressara.
They just look at her as they walk by.
And Betula leads you back to the grove, and from your perspective, it's been probably about a day, less than a day since you went to look at the gate, and you return back to the main grove to this scene of chaos. Druids running back and forth everywhere, and in the center of it, shouting at people, insulting random people, and generally being annoying. You see Herion. Right. You! Adair, you're late.
I was here before you.
Weeks ago. What were you doing? I needed you. You would have been really useful. But no, you're off.
You are the one who told me to take my dreams and go into Isfjell and talk to people about it and find out what was going on.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound like me.
Adair makes like he's going to backhand for a minute, but then stops and just kind of puts his hand on Harion's shoulder and goes, I'm very sure I would not have done it without your approval.
Oh, good. Well, that sounds like a really stupid thing for me to tell you. Follow your dreams? Who follows their dreams? Dreams are rubbish. Right, well, I think we've got things better under control. Tell me, I don't want to see another fungus again.
Were they small, purple, and making slurping noises?
Those are the least of the problem. These were enormous, green, and eating people.
I can see where that would be challenging.
And also talking. But, yes, did you get the message I sent? I sent you a squirrel.
Yes, and we traveled to Lemidori. I looked for sign and messages from you and found none.
Oh, that. Where I sent you the squirrel from. Yeah, so I was sorting the Lemidori stuff, then I got called away to the Kethri Garian stuff.
So I should be expecting another squirrel any day now.
Probably, yes. Unless it got lost or eaten. I've sent you about 5 squirrels.
Have you ever considered a raven? or even a duck.
A duck?
You see, they can fly, Arian, and they might be able to make it a little quicker.
I like squirrels.
Arian, what is it I can do to help you, my friend?
I was gonna say, could you make sure that no one messes with the brain in the pool thing at Adair? But
I would consider that done, yes.
but well, then what's the other thing? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you to meet me here.
And again, I'm here, Harry.
Did I tell you why?
No. But we have a friend who fell, and we have come here seeking the help of our brothers and sisters.
Ah, yes. The very resurrection. We're good at it here. It take a long time about it, draw it out in an unnecessarily lengthy manner, but they get it done.
Yes, and apparently they like to give you small tasks to...
And you see the look across his face, he goes, and he pulls you down closer to him. No. They give you a list of tasks?
Yes, Fenelon has a list of tasks for use of her diamond in this resurrection.
Okay, I see. Are these people with you?
I am with them.
Right. Look. Here's the thing. You can't trust anyone here. Not Betula, not Fenelon, not any of her other cloud of floaty, white-clad sycophants. Alright?
Yes.
They are doing what they always try and do. They're trying to stick their finger in where it doesn't belong. Manipulate.
So like...
Play with fate.
So like traveling to places like Adair and getting involved in a brain in a pool.
No. That's just doing stuff. Doing stuff is fine. What they are doing is trying to make other people do stuff without knowing what they're doing in order to benefit them in the end.
I see.
This is how they do. They get you to owe things, and then it's, can you just do this inconsequential task for me? Just go, pick a flower, squash this butterfly. Next thing you know, 100 years later, new king.
Do you have an alternate recommendation for how we can help our fallen friend? Her brain was eaten by the creatures in Adair.
Give me a diamond, I can get that sorted, no problem.
And that returns us back to the issue at hand, Harrian.
Yes, fair point. Look, okay. Say you're going to do their list, but then make sure you don't do anything that they want you to do. Unless they know that I was going to tell you not to do anything on the list, in which case you need to definitely do everything on the list.
Well, we've already...
I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
In front of me! Never get in the
Only
landlord.
slightly less well known as this.
That's the trick.
Okay, back.
So
never mess with a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Yes. Anyway, I'm not marrying anybody.
We're going to skip over that section.
Harry, and we've already taken care of one of the tasks, and I think that it was an okay thing to do. Some boots were mended. I'm pretty sure that's going to be inconsequential in the grand scheme of things.
That's what you think. Never underestimate the power that boots can have on history.
At any rate, Harrian, what is it you would like for us to do at this point? And at that point, I'm going to just kind of go into a brief history of what we have done, the Gith, the flying ship. I am not going to mention the crystal wand, though.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Say nonsense. I've dealt with in the past, but flying ships, green, yellow-skinned alien things, and tentacle faces.
They are most unnatural.
Yeah, exactly. This is slightly out of my area, if I'm honest. Look, I'm going to say what I probably should have said a fair few years ago. Adair, you're a grown man now. You're like, at least, I don't know, I lost count. You're like older than 10, right? 30? I can't remember when you humans become adults.
Yes, I'm 45.
Oh god, you're gonna die soon.
Well, I'm not intending on it, Harrian, but thank you.
Look, I think it's come time for you to make your own decisions. I can't tell you what to do. You're a wise man. You're not the smartest of men, but you're reasonably a wise man.
You've been looking at my character sheet again, Harriet.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. You'll know the right path when you see it.
One other thing, Harrian. About my mother.
I suppose there's no avoiding this, is there?
I'm afraid not. We ran into someone named, You Lost Old Man.
Never heard of him. You sure that's a real name?
Interestingly...
Sounds made up.
Interestingly, this druid had a message for me from you, and then...
A furbolg!
And then, had me speak with Mother. And the story that I was told differs a bit from what you told me, Harriet.
What did I tell you? Just refresh my old mind a bit.
About my being born in the storm, in the heart of the tree.
I mean, you were a child when you asked.
Harry, and you've repeated that story for over 30 years.
Look, you know about nature. I don't think I need to explain in too great detail where baby druids come from. But suffice to say is, you are correct. Adair, your mother was not actually a tree.
I understand that part, Harrian. Who was she?
The tree very much considers you its her child, so it's a very nice tree.
We will always have a close relationship. It's in the grain of my being. I totally understand it.
You could not resist that one.
I could not. I was thinking ingrained or in the grain, and I went with in the grain. So.
But I don't know who your birth mother was. I know that she, or one of your parents, knew of me because they sent me a message. They told me to look for a child they'd left in a tree and that they would hit it with lightning as a signal for me to find it. Unfortunately, the message got to me a little bit late, and then I might have forgotten about it for a while. And by the time I turned up, you'd already been taken in by the I forget their name.
My family. We'll just go with that.
Family, yes.
Dave
Riker?
and Erica. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I knew it was called Dave. I remember Bera.
Yeah.
Lovely lady. So yeah, I may have been a few years too late, but I tried my best to teach you and guide you. You're not dead.
So far.
I consider that a win.
So you do not know who my true mother, or for that matter, father would be.
I suspect that at least one of them was a druid, knew some druids. It seems very odd just to send me a message out of the blue if they weren't, but I've asked a bunch of druids over the years and none of them have remembered misplacing a child in a tree. But you know what druids are like, we don't meet that often.
Yeah, once every 9 months is about right.
Look. What was I going to say? You've taken me right out of my stride, and I feel I've really committed this voice that I'm going to be stuck with now.
He ironically is not able to discover his family tree.
Oh, thank you. That's brother. Thank you. That was just yes. I would hug you except social distancing. So.
I did a little digging.
Thankfully, we are in different states, so it doesn't matter.
I did a little digging, and let's just say I didn't find any trace of who they were, so I wouldn't. Hope can be dangerous. It may be that whoever they were, I mean, if they're humans as well, they'd be like ancient by now anyway. So, and presumably they're humans, that's how it works, right? Human.
Usually. And assuming I am just a mere human, and as we know. One other odd thing. I've had some recent brushes with the Fae, and something odd has come out of that. Other people see their reflection in these gates to the Fae, but I have no reflection in them.
Oh, clearly you don't have a soul.
I was assuming I had no evil side, but...
Well, all that, but...
Or conversely, I am the evil twin, and I have no good side. I'm not quite sure which yet.
Yes, well, they say that everything that passes through a gate from our world to their world leaves a fragment of itself behind it. Of course, that assumes that you're starting off in this world.
Wonderful words of wisdom are what I've come to expect from you, Harriet.
I'm glad I can. Look, we should discuss this more at length, but not right now. I must speak to Betula, and look, it's been a long day, and My throat's getting tired.
I will quit torturing you then, Harriet, please.
No.
And I assume I know some of these druids that have come through with him?
Yes, you recognize a few druids. Not all of them. Some of them appear to be Circle of Dream druids, but a few of them you recognize from druids you've encountered at various Moon Druid celebrations.
Naked circle parties. Yeah, that kind
Naked circuit parties,
Yeah, okay.
Other druid events.
Right. I will go around and greet them and speak with them and gather any information I can.
All right, and if you do so, and I apologize for making your mentor an annoying thing with an annoying voice.
It's what I expected. No slurping though, so I was happy.
But yes, is this Harrian heads off to talk to better. Adair sort of greets some of his old druid acquaintances. Is this going on? The other three of you. Did you have anything you want to do at that time, or shall we skip onwards?
I think we're good. We're just Torvald, I imagine, finished his tasks.
Yeah. So the next day, Adair awakes to the news that Harrian has disappeared mysteriously in the night, not left a note, nobody knows where he's gone, and nobody knows why. Which is exactly the sort of behaviour you've come to expect from Harrian.
It's why I have a bad temper to begin with.
But yes, over the next couple of days, Torvald, you finish off your crafting projects, and the full moon is growing closer now. So you have completed the tasks you set out to do, the super secret tasks. What would you like to do with your super secret creations?
Are we all together, or are people still MIA?
You can all be together.
Okay. Well, it's almost time. How have you all been getting along?
Drinking a lot. They have actually quite nice ale here.
I have noticed. Did you get in any trouble?
No, actually. I kept my promise. I didn't do anything stupid.
Do I think she's telling the truth?
I will leave that up to you two to decide. If you want to roll for it, you may, but leave it in your judgment.
Would you like to roll for it? What do you think?
He's rolling.
What do you think?
Roll for it.
Well,
I don't know. Do you see any of the male druids? Well, any of the druids walking around with a bottle of wine, asking her to go upstairs? I mean, if not, she's probably done okay.
That is a clear question. Has Kressara attempted to seduce any druids?
Nah, she's still too hung up on Fiven. She's not interested in them.
She hasn't found Dime yet, so she's good. Well, in case you get into more trouble, I've made something for you. And Torvald will pull out of his bag of holding. You see as he pulls it out, it's this armor, and it's got the white scales from the dragon. kind of like all over it. And if you look closer, you'll see that they have either the rune for ice or fire engraved on them, and the ones with ice glow a slight blue color, and the ones with fire glow a slight red color. And he takes it out, kind of gives it another glance, and hands it over to Kressara.
You made this for me. It's incredible.
I'm glad you like it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I
I'll
hope
put
it keeps
on.
you safe.
I'm invincible.
Well, not quite, but you should be a little bit more protected than you were before.
Oh, I bet you. Oh, this is incredible. I'm invincible. This is great. We should fight more dragons now.
You think you're not getting quite the point there. I mean, I consider myself a good craftsman, but I'm not that good.
Oh, if you had to put a number to it, I'd say I'm at least, a 19? Man, this is great.
You can add +1 chainmail, magical chainmail to your character.
Chain or scale?
Or scale, sorry. Not chainmail. Chainmail is heavy armor.
Yeah. +1 scale mail.
Scale mail.
It's medium.
Which is also Kressara's favorite sport.
Medium?
+1 scale mail?
Oh my god, I'm not getting this. What's my favorite sport?
The DM did. I could see the look on her face.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate this.
You're welcome.
And
Just want to keep you safe.
We're all present for this, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Present for presents.
Yes.
Presents.
That is some awesome and incredible workmanship, Torvald.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I could stretch my creative muscles, if you will, so it's nice to have a project to work on. If it'll keep my friends safe, well, all the better.
Kressara will clap a hand to his shoulder.
And he'll reach up and do the same, like reach over her arm and put his hand on her shoulder. Wear it
Okay.
well. Okay.
You done?
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt. We need like a signal for like a, I think they have those songs like the and rap. Yeah. 'Cause I'm never sure. I don't want to interrupt you guys, and then I don't want to all sort of an awkward silence. But sometime not long after this gifting session, Uno,
Yes.
you're summoned to meet with the Archdruidess.
Oh. Oh no. Which one of you kids told on me?
And you are directed up to her quarters, her treehouse. You know, isn't it?
Yes.
Huh. Of the diamonds.
Yes. 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 Yes, I am.
Indeed. We have been watching your family with some interest for some time. You are a lively bunch, aren't you?
Yes, we tend to be.
And, widespread and very active in many areas. Now, the thing is,
Of course.
these companions you travel with, are you close to them?
These, the ones I'm with here now.
Yes.
I met them in a temple. I killed some people with them. I chained myself to their ship. They seem like good people, but that's about as far as it goes currently.
You see, we have been watching them too for some time.
You guys do a lot of watching.
Yes. Now, there is a war coming. Oh, I'm not talking about the Elven Empire. I'm not talking about the Winter King. I'm talking about something greater. But
All right.
these people you've been traveling with have a part to play in all that. But they must be handled carefully. One step too far in any direction could lead to disaster. We think we have things in place at the moment. But I'm afraid we did not see a part for you in what is to come. Yours is a different path, Uno. And I have an offer for you.
All right.
If you agree to perform a few tasks for me, to
So
make a few changes in the world.
More tasks. There's another list.
This is, forget about Fenelon's list of most of that is nonsense. Most, but not all. This is something else. I can promise you that in return we'll give you what you want. Fame and glory. Your name remembered forever.
Okay. Deal.
Deal?
Sure.
That simple?
You should. What is the task?
We'll get onto that.
Okay, deal.
Deal. Well, in which case...
As long as it doesn't go against, my beliefs.
Oh, there's no necromancy involved. I promise that.
Fantastic.
But... well, it will be a dangerous path. But perhaps not quite as dangerous as theirs.
That's fine. It's part of the fun.
Once the full moon is over, once they have revived the Genasi, come to me. And we will set the next part of this plan in process.
All right.
Now, I have a resurrection to prepare for.
Best of luck. She seems to matter to them greatly.
Yes. Strange how people get attached to things. Now, you should probably go and change. I think there's still some pondweed stuck in your hair.
Oh, yes. Sorry. She'll wander off.
And as the full moon draws close, and as the druids make their preparations for the resurrection, and as our party have spent a week doing random shit, I think we're going to go to break.
That's when I knew I'd never be competitive in the long jump again.
Well,
that bit is old.
Riveting.
We're definitely not stalling for time, though. Oh, sorry. Right. So, you may have noticed that every time we go on break, we are killing off one of our players. Not player characters, we're just taking them out one by one. And that's what happens. It's sad, but it had to be done. Yeah. Charles had to step away. But we have the rest of the gang here as the night of the full moon approaches. The night in which these pesky, irritating druids will finally do what you came here to get them to do. And bring Eira back. All around the grove, there's people putting on their very best, floatiest, whitest robes, picking out their most elegant flowers to put in their hair. There's an air of ceremony and of celebration in the air. But we're going to step away from Tiath Nara for a moment. Because somewhere, far out
beyond the sea, somewhere.
Somewhere out there, beneath the clear blue sky.
Somewhere out there, a DM tried for once to be mystical, elegant, and it failed because it's D&D.
Before there was darkness, there was light. Oh! Never seen Tiss make an obscene gesture before. I'm honored. It's so beautiful.
Far away, in a grand feasting hall, there is a party going on. And that was not my party music I was looking for. I got distracted.
Valhalla!
Valhalla. I had some suitable Valhalla-ing music, but I've lost my Valhalla-ing music. So.
Oh, damn. Are we going to take Moira out of Valhalla?
Eira.
She's going to be like, yeah!
Yeah! Scar! Eira, you are seated at this long feasting table. Drink is flowing freely. There's music playing in the background there. You don't really know how long you've been here, but all you know is you have been feasting and drinking and talking with people either side of you. The whole room, from end to end, you can see these tables lined with all manner of warriors, many Isfjellian, but many not, clad in furs and armors and of all sort of different eras and styles, and there is an air of celebration as ale and mead are poured and someone claps you on the head. Another! Drink up!
Oh, sorry, yes, sure.
Hey, yes, tell us all about the dragon again.
Oh, yes, so we were on the ship, and there was this, we were going to the north, and there was this dragon. I think it was white. It might have been white. Maybe blue. We sold it. We fought it in the air, and we were still kind of getting used to the ship, and so it was like we were going everywhere. People were sliding around, and we were attacking it. And we had magic, and it was so nice to be fighting with my party.
Fighting with your friends. That's what it's all for. Can't be a good dragon story. Hey, Otto, tell us all about the giant frog. And
I do like that one.
Warriors launches into a story, and he's partway through when someone taps on your shoulder.
Yes.
You look around to see one of the servants who've been refilling the mead, standing behind you. She's a young woman in a brown dress. She goes, Eira?
Yes.
Could you come with me, please?
Oh, he's telling the one about the frog again. Is it okay? I don't want to be rude.
Again?
Oh,
See, I think it's the only story he has.
Yes.
I'm beginning to wonder why they let him in here.
Okay. Yes, I'll follow you. I'll just
Go with me.
excuse me. I'll be back.
And hey, come back soon.
Yes, of course.
We need to hear the troll one.
Yes.
Eira.
Yes.
Oh, I honestly didn't think I'd see you here this soon. How?
Me either.
It wasn't meant to be this way, you know.
Well, I mean, everything happens in its course.
Yeah, I don't really believe in that sort of stuff. Stuff happens. Stuff you don't want to happen, that stuff shouldn't happen. Stuff you want to happen, should happen. Fate is nonsense. Look, I've got an important question for you. Are you happy here?
Well, I'm supposed to be, right?
No, forget about supposed to be's. Are you happy, you know? Feasting and drinking and telling stories about past exploits for all eternity?
It's been nice. Sometimes everyone here is very kind. But it's hard to live in this peaceful storytelling when I know my friends are in danger and everyone is in danger.
Exactly. The whole world's in danger.
I had a scavenger hunt that I didn't complete.
Who could leave a scavenger hunt unfinished?
And I didn't really get to say goodbye. And I feel like when I was still after the attack happened, I think I was not myself, and there was someone else.
Oh yeah, and
it
some
left a bad
ancient elf was puppeting your body around. It was crazy. Like you were crawling through tunnels and lobbies. I have to say, it was interesting. I did not see that one coming either. I really probably should go drink some of that. Just some of that prophecy stuff Lord Grimm keeps talking about.
I think Torvald wanted this. He wanted me to be okay. So
it's
I
not
was just
about
trying to enjoy it.
It's not about what Torvald wants. Listen to me. It's not about anyone other than you, Eira. Never has been. All this time. Like, it's not about me. It's not about them. Everything you have, everything you can do is you.
Am I like a deity?
No.
Oh.
Nothing. Don't get much better.
Oh, okay.
You're immortal.
Better than a god.
Gods are overrated.
Oh, I very, very heavily think the opposite of that.
Oh, no.
Lady Luck means everything to me.
Yeah, she's all right. Honestly, the rest of them, bunch of idiots. Like,
Daybreaker was not very kind to me back when I followed him, so I'll believe that one.
He's nice enough. He means well, but
he truly does. But
he's just a little bit dense.
Finding Lady Luck was such a gift.
I know, she's definitely the best. And yes, but I mean, Thunderer just
Don't say it.
throw lightning bolts at it. Do you know about the time he lost his axe? Right palaver. Trekking to the gods into nowhere to get it back from a bunch of giants. Look, they'd be lost without me. Anyway, look. What was I saying? Yes, it's about you. You just need to believe in yourself. Decide your own fate and all that. But yeah, hypothetically, if I were to give you an option, on the one hand, you stay here, feast forever in the halls of plenty, prepare for the great battle that is to come. Or, on the other hand, what if you could go back? Not wait till the great battle happens, but find that great battle yourself. Go back there. See, what's his face again? Torvald.
He's quite the opposite of bald. Very hairy, actually.
Too much information.
Oh no! I didn't mean I didn't mean it that way. Well, I think I'd like to go be back with my friends.
It's that simple. God, it must be nice to have friends.
It's a gift. Truly.
Yes, look. They want you back. They're looking for you. They're after you. I can show you the way back.
They're trying to get me back?
Oh yeah. They have talked to so many random annoying people to get you back.
I would usually be the one talking to those random annoying people for them.
You should see what they've agreed to. It is... I mean, I've agreed to some strange things over the years, but wow, they've really, taken those extra steps.
That's very humbling. I don't think I have a brain anymore. Is that a problem?
Oh, they'll fix that. They'll grow you a new brain.
They'll fix that. How they'll grow a new brain?
Yeah, it's magic. Look, there might be some side effects, but there shouldn't be anything too bad.
Oh, okay.
Coming back from the dead, it always has a few little niggles. Look.
Okay.
You should get most of your memories back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I it's already been fuzzy up here, so.
Well, that's what the afterlife does, really. It's.
It is kind of hazy. I don't know.
If you remembered all of it, you'd get bored after about a week.
I'm sure.
The fact you keep forgetting just keeps Otto's frog story fresh.
I think I'd appreciate that.
Well, yes, we can, well, follow me. And she leads you, she starts leading you down the stair away from the hall. And sorry, my internet may go off in a moment for just a sec. Just to warn you. It should come back, hopefully. That's just a warning. If I suddenly disappear, Tam, that is why.
Tam's DM. Okay.
So, she leads you down this winding staircase, and you can see her a bit more clearly now. You can see that the plain garb she was wearing before, you see, it's like, has been replaced by this quite elaborate sort of golden green ensemble. She leads you down this staircase. Meanwhile, back on the mortal plane, the druids are preparing for a ceremony. And this is a lot more formal than the druid ceremonies you're used to, Adair. They're wearing clothes.
Amateurs.
But they offer you each a set of white robes. and a little crown of flowers.
Thank you. He, like wipes his mouth with it. Like, not really sure.
No, that's the ceremonial garb.
Oh, sorry. My bad. He'll throw it on like over his armor.
We
Uno present for this.
Uno's present for this.
Oh, excellent.
Adair
She's
just
given
starts
white-
taking his stuff off and laying it down and folding it up on the ground. And
Ooh, Nikki.
None of the druids pay Adair any heed. You see the kind of wince as Torvald puts it on his armor, but don't say anything.
So this is a white gown that they've given Uno to wear?
Yes.
You want me to wear white?
It is the symbolic of the moon, rebirth, and also, if we're being entirely honest, it's the only colour of fabric we really do for around here.
Well, I believe the new moon is dark, right? So I'll just be that one.
Let them do as they wish. They are not of our circle. They need not abide by our customs.
I can hold it. She'll
That's fine.
I and Uno lost her right to wear white a long time ago.
Correct. She'll wink. Awkwardly.
No, please. You are entering the sacred grove. Don't break anything.
Aldous says she lets her hair down and looks all pretty.
Oh, yeah. Aldous looks rather happy to get dressed up and relax.
I don't know if I even want to think about what Kressara does at this point.
I don't know. We don't know. It's a mystery left to the ages. As you see them standing in this large circle, they've laid Eira in the center, surrounded by flowers, including, weirdly enough, blue daffodils. And they laid her out, and you see, placed atop her body and cupped in her hands is Fenelon's diamond, this great stone that she was wearing round her neck. And as everyone forms a circle, Petula steps forward and begins what appears to be some form of ceremonial chant. It is in Druidic. Adair, you understand that the words are mainly thanking the moon for its light, thanking the forest for its plenty. It's a lot of thank yous. And she says, please, we are gathered here to call back a soul from the dead, to return one to life who has passed. Now, to return, a soul must be willing. Do you have any reason to believe your friend would not wish to return?
I can't think of anything.
Well, in which case, I shall begin. And you see, as she spreads her arms and begins chant. I actually just need to check the casting time of this. She begins a chant. Time ticks by. Half an hour later, she's still going. The druid's around, sort of echoing her chant, swaying from side to side. More time passes.
Adair takes his arm and rolls up his sleeve and looks at his sundial and taps on it with his finger.
Torvald's just praying to thunder.
You hear a distant roll of thunder. The trees begin to sway as it starts to rain.
All right, bring it back a little bit, will you?
Thunder rolls once again in the distance.
I appreciate the enthusiasm.
You can hear the wind blowing through the trees. And meanwhile, off in the other world, you're still following the woman down this staircase, and you can hear the sound of rain and thunder coming from somewhere in the distance. As you're led down this dark staircase, I always forget how long these stairs are. So, Eira, got any plans when you come back to life?
Well, I'm gonna have to tell them about this. I think that'll be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
and then I should probably check on where the crystal parts are. And I'm gonna
scavenger
give everyone
hunt,
a hug.
very important.
Yes, yes, very.
I'm serious. It is a very, very important scavenger hunt.
Oh, I know. I'm excited.
I love a good scavenger hunt. Oh.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What was your name, by the way? I missed it.
I've had a few across the years.
Really? That's so interesting.
All the best people have a lot of names.
Oh, I only have one. Oh, I guess I have two.
I guess you can call me, Erevan?
Erevan?
Yeah, Erevan, that works.
I love it. That's awesome.
But most people just call me Hey You, or Please stop climbing in my window, or Why are you here again?
That's unfortunate.
I know, right?
We met someone right before I took a long-term nap named You Lost Old Man.
Are you sure that's a real name? It sounds made up.
I don't think so. This is so fun. People just give themselves names nowadays.
People are always just giving themselves names.
I'll just have to think of a third one now. When I come back, I will be Eira the revived or something like that.
I'm gonna say it could do with work.
I can tweak it. The Torvald's a lot better with coming up with silly names.
A name is a serious matter, but look, Ira's a nice name. Don't throw that one away, but
I won't.
But giving yourself a name is always a good step in life.
Yes.
But why is it raining? Bloody thunderer. I swear on everything that, like, if you could just turn up somewhere once without, bringing the whole thunderclouds and drama queen. So over the top. Not like me. I am much more, subtle and discreet. Well, I think this is where I must leave you. Let's see. I'm sure there was something important I was meant to tell you. Let's see. The power is inside you all along. quest is important. You know what? Forget everything I said. Just go.
Okay.
Be you.
Sure.
And, spread a little chaos.
Oh, I tend to. Usually on
Good.
accident. But
Yeah.
I do it often.
It's important. And with that, she is gone.
Woo.
And you find yourself in complete blackness. All you can hear is the sound of rain and weird chanting. A woman's voice calling out to you. And back in the glade, you see as Betula stands a little taller, seems to be reaching the peak of her impressive chant, and you see as she raises up the diamond, and you watch as this bright burst of light across the glade. And the chanting stops. And Eira, you feel a strange weight settle over you. This heaviness, the weight of your body that you hadn't really registered before. And as you come back to your senses, you are lying on your back on a very uncomfortable, scratchy surface made of plants. You're dressed in some kind of clingy, damp, white blanket robe thing. It's raining on you. And
Wait a minute. We're all wearing white robes and it's raining. This is a druidic wet t-shirt contest.
It is a sacred and important ceremony that they were holding outdoors, and someone called the Thunderer in. It's raining, and looking down at you, you can see this elven lady staring down at you. And she reaches out one hand and just gently just taps you on the forehead.
Yes.
Ah. And Betula turns and goes, Torvald, Adair, Kressara, Aldous. My part here is done.
Did it work?
Eira, did it work?
Yes.
Eira! And he rushes over. Is she still laying down on the ground?
Yeah. She's still she's been very still. She's like,
So Torvald would rush over, kind of kneel down next to her and put his hand kind of behind her neck and like help sit her up a little bit. Eira, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I feel heavy. It's very light. Only a few moments prior, so this is very strange. How are you?
I'm much better now.
Oh, good. It's I talked about you a lot.
Well, that's good to hear. I haven't stopped thinking about you.
Oh. Well, it's nice to be back. I didn't think I would be, and then someone just came up to me while we were at the table, and Otto was telling the tale about the frog again, and it was like, "Hey, do you want to go back?" And I was like, "Whoa, really?" And she said that She
What
said
table
that.
are you talking about?
Oh, I was at this big table. I have to tell you all about it. So we showed
Torvald
up.
just starts laughing. It's good to have you back, Eira.
It's good to be back. Yeah, it was. I was in a place that was supposed to be fun, but it's hard to have fun when you're not in your favorite company.
I understand how you feel, but there's plenty of time for you to tell us about it, and we'll tell you all about what we've been doing as well.
Oh, I'm sure you've been up to a lot.
Do you think you can stand?
Yes. Ira will try to stand.
Torvald will help her stand up to the best of his ability.
Yeah, I mean, your legs are a little unsteady. But they seem. There seems to be nothing physically wrong with you, as far as you can tell.
I'm standing.
Aye, Yar.
Yes.
It's quite a sight to see.
This is a very different location than what I last remember.
We had to travel pretty far to bring you back, but
yes, they told me y'all took great efforts. That's so humbling. Very kind.
And we had a great price to pay, but it was worth it.
Oh, that's very nice of you guys.
Adair, can you believe it?
Adair's just standing back on the side, arms crossed, watching all this, and he'll nod at Torvald, but just doesn't say a thing. And I believe Aldous said she's dancing. So.
Oh. I don't know what Aldous' dance looks like.
That's so sweet.
We're all glad to have you back.
Not be allowed people's characters.
I'm glad to be back.
Well, let's get you inside, warm you up a little bit.
Sure. Where's my armor?
I have it right here.
Oh, great.
And I'll guide her inside where there's
You head back
fire.
out of the rain.
Yeah, out of the rain.
Into the warm. Kressara and Aldous following with, and Amalia.
We'll follow inside.
Kressara, quiet and thoughtful, she's clearly thinking about stuff.
So she's kind of warming up, right? Is everyone else inside too?
It's warm and pleasant in here.
So tell me about this place you were at.
Yes. So the last thing I remember is I saw you, right? And then I didn't see you anymore. It was interesting. I thought I was unconscious. Because I've been that before, but I've never been this unconscious. And I was just fuzzy for a while. Before that, I was still kind of there. I feel bad. I think y'all, there was some other person that was acting as me, and I hope you didn't think me rude. It wasn't me.
I could tell pretty quickly it wasn't you. And do you remember seeing a creature looked like a brain with legs?
Yeah. Yes. That was the one. And then everything got fuzzy for a while. And then I saw you and I went unconscious. And then it was weird for a while. And then I was at a table. I was walked to a table and I got sat down and I was told that that's where I got to be for the rest of time until the Great War. And we drank a lot, which I don't usually do, and I let myself do it, and it was interesting, but I don't think it felt like how it feels down here. And we all just told stories because there weren't any new memories to make when you're sitting at a table, so we just talked about all the old ones, and I think it's to help us kind of stay cognizant. And I remembered a lot of our stuff, but I don't know. It's been. I think I've.
So you were in Valhalla, and you decided to come back to us.
I was where?
Valhalla.
I'm unfamiliar.
Well, it's where you go when you die a warrior.
Oh.
If you die a warrior's death, you go and feast.
Oh, yes, I suppose I was in Valhalla then. Yes, it was very interesting. Like I said, I talked about you guys a lot. They always asked about they always wanted to hear the troll one. So I told the troll story. And I had just finished telling the dragon story, and then a raven tapped my shoulder and said, "Hey, you can go back." And I said, "Great." And then I left.
I can't believe you gave up Valhalla for us.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Well, I told her it's sitting and drinking at a table with strangers is not as fun as with friends. So
Yeah, I could see that.
We still have a scavenger hunt that I was very excited about. So I'd like to keep doing that.
Well, we haven't touched your thing, so it should all be there still.
Excellent. That's exciting. I'm excited to keep going. Have we found any other crystals?
Well, we've been kind of busy.
Oh,
doing
yes.
some things to pay back for. It was quite a diamond they needed to bring you back.
Well, I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
It was worth it.
Thank you. And then at this time, Uno's gonna go ahead and kind of I'm heading out.
All right.
I'm not very good with goodbyes. Ira, you seem like a lovely individual. And Ira will be like, who is she? And then we'll just say, I have it was fun traveling with a group, but I enjoy seeking fame on my own. So I hope you all accomplish what you're hoping to.
Well, thanks for helping us.
Of course.
You don't have to leave, though.
Oh, I absolutely do. You all are lovely, but you're also insane. So I'm going to get going. She'll go ahead and give you a pat on the shoulder and then walk out and head to
Come, follow me.
Yes, of course.
And Betula leads Uno away into further adventure.
Bye, Uno. It's good knowing you.
Farewell. And back to Ira. Scene.
Well, I think we should probably get some rest. It's been a long day.
Funnily, Ira doesn't seem tired at all.
I know. I've been resting for days.
Let's get the party started.
Oh! Valhalla on Earth, baby.
She starts a pub. Valhalla on Earth.
Valhalla is a place on Earth. All right, cool.
But yeah, as you prepare for a night's rest for adventures to come, as you catch up with your friends, and as meanwhile Uno is being shown a map and pointed, pointed out where the adventure will next lead her. Where that is, we don't know for now. But it may be that your paths will one day cross again.
If Ira dies.
Yep. Correct.
Ira dies, or if Moira's feeling particularly adventurous and wants to double up on her workload.
I know. Tis was talking to me, and she was like, "Yeah, we'll make sure that Uno could come back." And I was like, "Oh yeah, if Ira ever dies again." And she was like, "Yeah, or if Ira just goes somewhere." And I was like, "What are you planning?"
She's going shopping, you know.
Well, I mean, Adair may stay with the druids, so they're going to need somebody to fill this slot. So you may have to be on 2 cameras.
Left side of Moira's face, right side of Moira's. She turns this way.
I'll do it. I was in a play once where I had to be like 6 different people. I'll go.
Oh wow!
I'll be the whole party.
if you're gonna fill that many slots, it'll be pretty slotty.
Oh, and that. To be fair, if you're playing that many characters, essentially you become a DM.
You're so correct.
That's the DM's life.
This is like, that's called Dungeons and Dragons.
Of course, Dungeons and Dragons.
Isfjell is now my one-man band.
Hello, yes, I am this character, and I am this character also in the same scene. And oh god, I've got 3 different NPCs in the same scene.
Yep.
And the best part is the players leave, so you're left talking to yourself on the screen. Yes.
Yes.
Morjoy suggested we do Uno shots as little side fillers adventures.
Uno shots. Nice.
I think that's great.
I quite like that as an idea.
If we ever have to take a break, I'll just boot up the stream and just sit here and go,
Uno shot.
I'm Uno. Off I go.
But yes, as you catch up, as you take a good night's rest, I think tonight's session will end a little early. Unless anyone else has anything hugely important they want to get off their chest this moment.
I think that makes sense because we're missing a lot of people. So
Yeah. We're 2 players down, so we'll pick up next time with wherever our players choose to go next.
Yes.
So who knows? We'll be setting scale back on the tracks. Scavenger hunt? Are we going into the Feywild to rescue Olwyn? This is the question to my players. Please give me some indication in the next 2 weeks.
Scavenger hunt! Scavenger hunt!
I don't care if you do it by votes. I don't care if you just argue it out. But some indication would be great.
I just saw a meme on Reddit. I'll have to send it to you. It's like DM that likes to plan, and then it's like players being like, "Now we'll decide at the beginning of the session."
I mean, you could decide at the beginning of the session. It just makes it really hard to title a stream. It ends up being First Flight all over again, where you didn't fly the ship because it got stuck in the water.
That's fair.
But yeah, no. If you don't decide that, if you change your mind, that's fine. I've got most of them. I've got. When I say prepped, I mean I've written like 10 words down on a OneNote page.
How you know?
And it just is a list of monster suggestions and something about a wood.
Oh, just to let everyone know, Party Foul actually is not happening tonight. They had something come up, but I believe they're still planning on streaming something. Like they
Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
That'll be in a couple of hours on Mindari's channel. They'll be streaming
World building.
World building. Cool.
There we go.
My lovely wife will be on there as well.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so yeah, we'll finish because we're 2 players down. I think it's a good place to leave the story, and we'll pick up as we set off from Tieth Nara to wherever the hell it is they're going next. And I hope that those of you who've joined us, followed us, hung around with us, will join us on the next part of this adventure, wherever it may lead us.
If you're not already in the McStabbers Discord, we have a chat in there. I just posted the meme I was talking about. So join us there. You can chat with us, ask us questions, and all that fun stuff.
Do we have the link for that?
Yeah. The list is also featured there. And I would like to extend a thanks to Dan Bettenhausen to House for some of the suggestions on that list. I tweaked a few of them a bit. And
he came. Okay, he's gonna die Tuesday. All right.
Sadly, I didn't get a chance to add some of his last suggestions onto the list. But yeah, he helped me out with some brainstorming for things that things you could be requested to do. So what else was I saying? So yeah, we will be. There's no Isfjell next week. Taking a week off to frantically get some things finished, and then we'll be picking up on the 16th of May over on McStabbers, same place as Black Death, at a slightly earlier time. We are experimenting with a change in schedule, and we'll be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Nod. I've got the time right.
That is correct. Yes.
And which is 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, Universal Time, and 6 for those of us in the UK on summertime. I can list it in a whole lot of more time zones, but I think we'll stop there.
Yeah, you can Google it.
Or come join us on the McStabber Studio Discord where we have the times posted.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say, or Bing it.
Ask
Yahoo.
Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Is that still a thing?
Is Ask Jeeves still
Alta
online?
Vista?
That'd be hilarious.
But yes, so
Dog
as I
pile?
say, yeah.
Ask Jeeves.
I just want to say as we say goodbye to, well, not goodbye to Lawful Stupid. I'll still be around on the Discord there, but goodbye to the Lawful Stupid stream. It has been an interesting year and a few months.
Yep.
And thank you to the Jade who set this thing going, and yeah, we'll see where the adventure takes us next.
And they have some new. Jade says they have some new things coming to Lawful Stupid, so be sure to check in there as well and see what these new streams are. So
possibly not this exact space, but watch this general vicinity. And I think there should be some exciting things coming up soon. And I think that is everything.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you in 2 weeks.
Goodbye. See you in 2 weeks.